And welcome back to yet another episode of Feed the Beast Guys 2. I am Towkn, and today we were going to get into some industrial or modern industrialization to get some stuff because we need some stuff. I was looking at it, and when I was looking at it, I realized we are going to have to do a bit more in it than I was thinking because sadly, the aluminum that we have is not the aluminum that it needs. Have to get all of our aluminum converted, which is just annoying. But we could do that. So let's get into some stuff though. So I did do some small updatings again, right? So we got this here, where I took out the two blocks that were here because they were annoying me. But then we used the redstone pen and took redstone up the wall so that we could take it to here and we could put a redstone torch there to invert this so that this light is off when it is on, but then if we wanted to turn this off, we could just flip this switch and it'll turn it off for us. We don't have to keep jumping up to do both. I cleaned up all of our furnaces over here that we are no longer using because we are no longer using them, so there's no reason to have them here. Then I also went ahead and did some stuff with this. Get this here. Of course, that I'm not sure why that's not pulling those out of there unless it pulls out of the bottom, which is in the thing. Probably why it was the way it was before. I might be able to break this real quick. Break this real quick. Put this. I put this on top of here. Then go make a thing. Let's just try this real quick. It's an annoying thing I wasn't about. Go in here and we'll say at fun real quick. And we will make a fuller upgrade. Need a hopper to do that. So head in a hopper real quick. We will make ourselves a fuller upgrade. And I don't know if there's a way to change the direction of it. If we put it in here, relative direction. Right. Let's see. Right click GUI. Um, Back, front, bottom, down. Okay. But it doesn't seem to be pulling. Okay. Okay, well that sucks. So we might be able to then put it here. Not there. Really, game? Why would you climb up the stupid thing when I'm just trying to put it right here? Whatever. Okay, so if I do that, and then we go here, we don't want it out the top, we don't want it out the back, we want it out the west, which would be that direction. We want it that way, but it doesn't seem to work there either. Okay, so we will then, I guess, just break it, and then break that, and break that, and put that right there. Shift click on that and put it there. And I guess we just put that right there and say sure. Yep. Okay. That'll work. A little annoying, but that works. But yeah, we got all this cleaned up. You can see I got all my wires and stuff over here cleaned up. I went ahead and made a bunch of those, which I need to connect those two. I forgot about that. Run over here real quick and get a couple more wires. We can get those two connected because we definitely need the sugar cane. Make paper to be able to make rockets. Okay, there we go. So we'll fly here. We'll on that one. Okay, apparently I clicked the wrong spot, but whatever. There we go. Uh, there we go. We can do that. Yeah. So now it's all cleaned up with a little bit better looking of a wire, right? And power goes into it, and then that power comes up here and feeds this line. And then over here has its own separate power now. Look at power comes in right there. So we got power to it. And then the same thing here, power fed in right there. Just because, yeah. So let's go like this real quick and try to. Oh my goodness, really? I really need to invest in stuff to try to get creative flying, don't I? There we go. Just because jetpack is annoying. But yeah, anyways, all that is done like that. And then you saw down here, like I said, we got all of this stuff here. Of course, this no longer has a thing there. Pumpkins aren't in our system, so we have that. But the skulk is still feeding in. The inferium essence is feeding in, and torch flowers, which we probably don't need those anymore either, so we could probably take those out. We could then probably come up here real quick, and I am going to just click here, and make 2 of these so that we can put some pink flowers in there to hopefully feed the other pink flower thing. So if I go here and we say a pink flower in there, here and say pink flower in there, we should be good. Although I do believe I want to, if that's the case, come have our lock and blink real quick. Let's change that to remove so that we can click on this to remove the pink flowers. And we can unlock it, take the pink flowers off, lock it again. You then take these torch flower seeds, put them on there, just relink it. Yep. That should let us now have the pink flowers that get made from those two get transported straight into that. But then the skulk gets transported over here, even though we don't really need the skulk anymore. The Ethereum gets transported here, and the coal gets transported there, which, granted, we don't need nearly as much coal as we needed before because we are no longer using our one system for making coal. Yeah, or power. That's what it was. No longer using the rainbow furnace to make power, which is fine. I was tempted to reset it up like over here and just do like another simple one and have this connect, all those connect to this, and then this go into a crafter to auto craft into coal and have that auto feed into all of them. Always have coal going into them, as long as we can keep that supply up. But I was like, you know what? We easily have the other thing where currently it is doing what it is doing. We do, however, need to come down here, grab a bit more coal, and take it over to our system, or get some stuff put in here. There we go. But yeah, hopefully we will get more pink flowers here, and it'll go to there, and then that'll help. That'll help keep the pink flowers there. We do still, however, looks like we need more bones. those seem to be a pain in the butt to get, and I honestly should have set this up to feed everything. Did not think of it. So let's let's see if we can do some of that now. Of course, it's gonna be ugly, because yeah, I don't feel like setting up a whole like wireless transmission type thing to be able to up to places. So we are going to take this, and I am going to go like this and pick that and that. Take it out of the bottom of here, like so. And then, of course, the thing that is nice about all of these things is just the way that it does work as far as it won't put stuff into the pipes that it can't. So if I go like this, like so, let's see if I can get. If I press H, I get the hover off. I could do that, and I can press H again to get rid of the hover option. I a little bit better. I just okay, but if we go like this, just on this backside here, go like this. Ouch! 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 Oh, come on, game. There we go. Move over here. Click on there. Taking damage. Yeah. We go like this. And just put these that, and of course, ugly because of what it is. Yeah, okay. Well, there we go. We can do that. And again, like all these are basically filled in with what they can do. This, I guess, pull over to here. Might need. Should be able to do that, right? And then that should be able to fill those up if we force it to do it, though. And we've. I was hoping that that would automatically just start filling some of them up with stuff that it has, so like ones would get filled out of there from the system itself and put them in there. But it might not do that because this is also linked to it. So I might have to. Let's just see if that works. So if I go like this, put it back on remove, move that, not filling them up. Darn. Will it do it if we put a filter on it, mate, and tell it? Find out. Find out. We'll go like that. Let's go ahead and go grab a thing here. So we're gonna need this. We're also gonna need a bones. I think we really need the carrot. I think the carrots are growing fast enough because it's a slower process. And I think these are growing fast enough. Oh, I'm not sure about that though, but we'll find out. Okay. Okay, but I put that there. The halitosis one, it's low enough too. I click on this and we click on that. Okay, there we go. So it now take bones out of there and we'll keep that filled with perfect. Should be able to do same thing with iron. and it'll make sure that stays filled with iron. Do the same thing with the ice. Make sure that's filled with ice. The same thing with the ender pearls. If I on the ender pearl first and not try to break this. Do that. That'll keep that filled with ender pearls, and then coal to make sure that that stays filled with coal. We really should do it with the slime as well, but that is a bit further of a. We would need what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more of these, and I don't have any more on me. I grabbed all of them we had, so I'm going to have to make those, but we could do that as well with the slime technically as well. We can go on that. Throw that in there. That should be good. We could do it with these as well. Right, because we could then go like that, throw that in there. It'll keep it filled. And yeah, perfect. Okay, so that'll work. I can throw that away. Let's go get some more pipe. Just go to this one because it's down here, easy to get to. Click on this. Okay, sensor. We'll click on that. Click here. Click that, and just a bunch more of those. We're gonna need to make a bunch more dispensers and stuff for other stuff, anyways. But yeah. Okay, so by doing this, though, we can go like this. There we go. That should fill that up with slime as well. So with that being said, everything is filled and can stay filled from where it is. Oh, wait, except for the gunpowder, which is going to be annoying to do, but let's do it. Okay, let's do it. Okay, boom, we'll shift-click here, click here. Boom, boom. And boom, there we go. Gunpowder's also there. Let's just fly over here, grab some gunpowder. Have 20,000 of, so it would take a long time for that to work too. But then we can click here and throw that up there. And I do think I am going to unlock the nether stars from that as well. And then nether stars on that list. Or no, the nether star, I think we're going to add those separately because we don't really have an unlimited supply of them just yet. Ahead and take out all of this. Come back here if I can manage to get around. Okay. Put that there, that there. Disconnect that. Disconnect that. Put that there. So that I can start filling that up with nether stars to start filling that up with nether stars. And then we'll go like that and not have the generalized ender down here. Thought I did. We do. I don't know why I did. But I understand that it can't fill it up because we don't have the space to do so. Go like this and just take out two of these real quick and go ahead for now. Put one on there, 1,000 there, so we have it for later if we need it. But then that should also allow this to continue making more. Salt. Put it in there when I did that. This is now superior at 98% of the way. I mean, it is getting close. Make some more prediction stuff. But then if I was to go like the actually, why are these not getting put into the thing? I don't understand what is going on. So if I come over here to this one, saying they can't go in there. We don't have 4,000 of them in here. I don't know. I don't know. It's just not working properly. There we go. So as I was saying, let's grab a thing here because we do still have the nether stars here. So nether stars do get put into the system. Then we go here, put that right there. Go like that, and that will pull the nether stars out of here as they're getting. Yes, perfect. Okay, good. So now we have a loop there that is actually making nether stars for us. It'll make quite a few of them, and we will be good to go with those. And we should then be able to hook them up to the system. Get enough. Yes. Anyways, let's get into what we have to get into today, right? So if we were I was talking, we need some fancy stuff for this thing. 'Cause in order to make this, we got to make this. But I was like, okay, so we have these aluminum plates, and I was like, oh, we could just make these. So we make these aluminum plates, and then I clicked on it, and I'm like, oh, we need to do this in a compressor. So in order to do that in a compressor, we have to make a compressor. Like, wait, how do we even get these aluminum ingots? We click on that, and if you go to the alloying thing from Oratech, if we get some sand and some aluminum dust, we could do that. So we could then just take the aluminum we have, and actually we're going to take a couple stacks of it, right? So 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Come up here and grab 2, 3, 4, 5 stacks of sand real quick. Then come up here to this crusher and go boom. And throw all that in there so we can get all this aluminum here. We can then come over to our foundry where we'll do that, get that. We do kind of want to speed this thing up, and we can do that with Oratech. So if we went at Ori, and that sounds like it stopped. Why did it sound like it stopped? I'm not sure. There are things in Oratech here called efficiency add-ons. We get I think the efficiency add-on is okay. So that's an energy efficiency. Speed add-on makes it go faster. Acceptor makes it accept more power. Capacitor basically gives it the ability to hold more or more. There's one of them specifically. I think okay, yeah, so processing. Like this one here, additional chamber process. We were able to get up to a process of 9. It would do much more. It does use a lot more energy, but that is fine. In order to make that, we would need to do engraving. Means we would have to make an engraver and get some other stuff. But start the basic ones. I think we could. Oh, I don't know if we could do all the. Yeah, a bunch of these. Man, they use a lot more stuff than I thought they did. They use a lot more stuff than I thought they did. That is not good. Okay, well, never mind then. Never mind. I don't think I can buy those in the shop, right? Ooh, we can get the soul of Minecraft if we do what? Ultimate Talisman base. So if we just got this, we could buy the other thing. And to make this, we probably could. You know what? I am going to go do that real quick. Just because I think it is probably going to be useful. And we could buy it simple. You know? Let's go in here. I know I just saw. Go in here. We'll go like this. And say ultimate. Click on this. And we hover over this. The only thing we are missing is a block of netherite, which we have a massive amount of. And the end crystals, which we have none of, but we have everything we need to make them. Here. Go there. That does that. That also gave us the thing that we have there for all these other talismans and stuff that we managed to collect along the way, which I have no idea what they are part of. Oh, we did get up here. Oh, but yeah, but if we click Fargo's talisman, click on this, get that and then general storage. Yeah, we made that thing there, and then we get that, which gave us just acting. Okay. That is everything there. But then we go here, right? And let's go ahead and accept these coins and get 25 of these. Because we have so much, because I'm pretty sure something was bugged at the start or something, because like some of this stuff, again, getting started and whatnot, I think it was. I don't remember if it was in getting started or generating resources, but it gave us just a mass like this, gave, I'm pretty sure like that one or one of the other ones gave us ones, and they were 200 or 2500, so that's why we have so much. But yeah, but if I go here and we click on this and we click submit on that, we now have this thing called the Soul of Minecraft, which combines the ability of all the forces. So pretty sure now I could go in here. Oh, I could just straight up put that on even with this. But I believe that gives us all of the things. So if we clicked on this and went to Fargo's talisman quick, I believe it would give us basically some of this. Okay, so that's actually just this. Okay, so that's actually not the godhood one, but it's just the thing. So it should be basically this one here, which is while on fire, do 25% more damage. While poison, do 25%. Withered, do more damage. So basically do more damage if you have any of those things. So yeah. And of course this other one, the Force of the Mystic, vampiric, drain health from enemy, or drains health from enemies to heal the player. Enchanted removes curses from items held in main hand or off hand. So that means any of those ones that I have. I wonder if it just like straight up removes it, or if it just increases the experience gained from common sources, which is throw good potions at you, apply blindness to attackers, skulkers, or negates the levitation effect, revives the player once on death health. Okay. And of course, the one that we have, the rejector, negates magic, wither, temporary attack, blah blah blah. We already know that increases arrow damage. Nearby monsters are ignited, which of course is sometimes annoying. Creepers will ignore you unless you provoke them. I don't know if that one's true, because I've had that on, and the creeper has attacked. Did they? I don't remember for sure now. Now that I think about it. But then Force of the Warrior is Temporary invincibility, reflects stuff, does stuff. Forces of nature is convert dirt to grass using an empty hand. Provides infinite air underwater, negates all burning, and negates fall. Okay, the fall damage. Let's just check that real quick. I go up here. Okay, so perfect. So no more fall damage, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. Perfect. Okay, good. Um, and burning damage, and then of course infinite air underwater. We could easily check that, but that is a little bit harder to check in a way, because yeah, I mean we already took so long to die before, anyways. So who knows? Who knows on that? We're gonna go ahead as well right now. Come down here, put this binder in there. What was the next things? Force of the overworld. What do we get here? Amethyst incoming, or negates incoming projectile damage. Repairs armor durability slowly over time. Negates 20% of all damage. Increases damage to villagers by 100%. Track XP orbs to player, and piglins ignore. Okay, perfect. So fine. Explorer. Increase the block. Wait. It increases block reach by 59 blocks, preventing phantom enderman aggression, providing immunity free. Wait a sec. Oh my goodness. That is gonna be super, super annoying. The fact that I can quite literally, it's like 50 some blocks away. So let's see. If I come all the way over here, you can see I could take down all my sugar cane from there. Oh my goodness, you know how annoying that's gonna be if I go to mine something and it's got like one hit and I like hold it for just too long and it just goes all the way through. I could basically show it to you. All right, so we can jump down here real quick where nothing matters too much, right? Come down here and then just I could just go like this. Yeah, look at that. Oh my goodness, that's absurd having a reach that far. Oh my goodness. But yeah. Darn, I just put all that sand back in there, didn't I? One, two, four. Of course, that means what I could do now, if I can see it, right? So I could be standing here. I can see that foundry. I could click here and see how far it's. That is absurd. Oh my goodness, that is. I mean, it's awesome, but that is absurd. Oh my goodness. Um, what else do we get? Architect increase. Okay, yeah, prevents Enderman aggression, negates freezing, prevents phantom aggression. Glowstone lights up nearby monsters for the player to see. Okay. Okay, force of the environment. Let's see. So, sun 5% increased damage during sunny, true sun 5% during sunny day with nothing above you. Storm 15%. So basically, this base increases damage based on the time of day. And okay, perfect. However, we do have this soul of the flight. Okay, yeah, it's all of these things. So ancient wings, stuff like that we can get, which will give us the soul of flight, which grants us the creative flight, which we need in order to do that. Soul of flight package one, which is going to be all of those. Okay, so can we get all of those? I'm assuming we have some of them, and like I said, there's some of those we definitely don't want supersonic, and Colossus is else by 5 times and negates all negative effects. You will clash with force, or this will clash with force of negative. Yeah, but then of course, yeah, welcome to godhood, blah blah blah. But for the most part, I'd say we already are. I mean, we already don't get fall damage. It look ridiculously far away. I could attack. I could hit that cow from here. Ah, we can't hit that cow from here. Never mind. So I guess it's just block reach and not entity. Okay. Anyways, that also means that we could just like come up here and from like way over here, I can increase that. But I don't know if that's that or not. No, definitely a wrong one. Boundary like that. Yeah. Of course, we do want to put more power into that. So if we actually come over here and grab our pickaxe, that off of there, we could put this directly on here, forcing more power into it quicker. And do the same thing with another one. Putting it right there. That should also let us do that and go up to like super fast, and that it still have it put power in really quick so we can get all that aluminum we need. I have no clue how much we need exactly, so yeah. But either way, we now have that. We can take it and throw it in a compressor because it does not look like we can do it on the thing here. Doesn't look like we could do it on our anvil, right? Throw that there. No, cannot do it there. So we need a compressor. So let's go ahead and click on this and go down to Modern Industrialization, where the first couple things, we have some stuff here. There's a steam quarry. There's that. Okay, so yeah, that's the quarry stuff from that. It wants us to make a steel wire. Oh, well, that's not what we're going to need to make. We need to make a compressor. Come up here, and we're going to do this. We are then going to do on this. Click on the compressor. Click on the steel compressor, which does say we do need a bronze compressor to make it. So a bronze compressor. To do that, we need some copper rods. So we'll probably need to take some copper down there to make some copper rods. So also go ahead and clean out that inventory there. So let's go ahead and get some copper here. We are going to take it over to this thing here. We will click here on here. Let's go ahead and just go like that. I don't know how many of these we're going to need total. We're going to throw that up there to get copper rods. What else are we going to need then to make this bronze compressor? We're going to need some copper gears that we can make easily. We are going to white fluid or some fluid pipes. We're going to need another forge hammer. Okay. We could easily make a bunch of this. Okay, so if we go up here, we click on this. Click on here, we click here. This. Head and say screw it and make 2 of them because why not? We are going to need some bronze for that, but I'm not too worried about it. We want to so we're copper gears, which means we're going to need copper plates, bolts, and ring. So let's just go ahead, come down here, grab some more copper. Here, click on this, go like this, and say copper plates. Yes. That up there, copper rings, yes. That up there, copper bolt. Actually, we're double it. There we go. Then I should be able to come up here, click on this, this, get that. And we'll press R. Other one real quick. so. And we are going to actually go ahead, come down here. Computer system. Got it. So, boom. Boom. Forge hammer. Perfect. Okay, then we come up here, click on this, on that, click on this, and if we hover over this again, we just need now bronze machine casing, which means bronze plates and a bronze gear. We're going to need bronze rings and all that stuff, but I have a feeling. Oh, okay, the bronze. I was going to say, then the bronze that we not work. We don't have a lot of it though. No, we have. How do I get more of this bronze? On here, bronze dust. Can we just like combine two dusts to make bronze dust? No. Put in a metallurgic user with copper dust and tin. Yeah, but then if we just press U on that, if we go to click on this, alloying, nope, of course it doesn't do it in that kiln, we that. We could do it in here if we have metallurgic and copper, we have the filter, and in here, get this by alloying copper and tin. You know what that means? That means we come over here and we grab copper. And I'm not actually sure which one of these is our tin. That's zinc. Tin, that's silver. This is a tin. Yes, it is. Okay, perfect. So that, and then we come here, and it's. If I throw 16 of those in, 3 for every one. So that means I technically want at least 18 in, but we put 16 in that. 1, 2, 3, 4, like so. I could do that. And we do want to get ourselves bucket quick so that we can get some more lava put inside of the thing. Here we go. 1, 2. Of course, I don't have to move as far anymore. So now if I do that, we have 1 bronze block and 6 copper. I don't know. Throw a bunch of tin in there. Let it go through, and then we'll just keep throwing copper and keep getting. Yeah, so basically, though, on the bottom though is our bronze now. Throw a bunch of copper in there, but we can go like this to get out the bronze. As you can see, by doing that, we can just add. Okay, perfect. There we go. Throw a bunch more in. Yeah, that will give us a bunch of bronze that we need to make all the bronze stuff that we're going to. Sure. Then I could do the same thing I did with the other one over there. We can do some stuff with that. So let's see how much bronze we actually need. So if we click on this, right, to make this bronze casing, we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plates and 1 gear. 1 gear is going to require 2 bolts, 4 plates. We're going to need a total of 8 plus 4, which is 12, right? We're going to need 12 plates. You're then going to need bolts. You're then going to need a couple of rings, probably. I think we actually need bolts. I don't know if we need the bronze rods, so I'm going to go ahead and just make 3 bronze rods right now, just in case. Okay. Now you can see we got 6 copper in there, so I should be able to go like this. Actually, no. Just put 1 in there because I think 1 will double it, right? If I do that, 3, okay. There we go. Now we just have a bunch of bronze in here. Deal with that. Okay. Let's come up here and do the same thing with the bronze, actually. Go ahead and bring bronze down here and grab all this. So this is a copper gear. It can go right there. Bronze there, bronze there. And I know I am not putting this in a spot where it matches. Okay, so there we go. Grab that. That there. Boom, there we go. Okay, now let's come up here again. Click on this. We can then click on this, click on this, click that. Make ourselves a bronze gear. To then make ourselves the bronze casing. So, to then make ourselves the bronze presser. Nice. Okay, now to make that other piece that was in there, what do we need for that exactly? So we're going to need 2 more bronze gears, 2 bronze rods, which we have. We are going to need some fire clay brick and a bronze rotor. A bronze rotor is going to need some bronze blades. Bronze blades are probably going to use bronze thingy. Yeah, let's go ahead. Go like this, because I'm pretty sure there was not blades in here. So I'm pretty sure they're going to need these. Go ahead. And make like 12 of those. Of course, we're going to need more bronze plate. Let's just get some more bronze plates. Boom. No, wrong thing. There we go. There. There we go. Okay, so let's see. Now if I come up here and we click on this and we this click on that again, we're still just missing the blades, which are this once. That'll give us 4 blades on here to get the rotor. I can then click on here and click on here, and to do that we now need 2 bronze gears. So one, if I press R on that, we are now ring. So we're going to ring that. How much bronze we still got in there? 2 blocks. Let's do this and get some more bronze rings, right? So that we can work on that. So I'm going to need at least 1. So I'm going to make a couple. And we'll take that out of there. And then actually, let's go ahead, go boom, start the last one. There we go. And of course, yep, this does suck that it does take much, much longer than I thought it would. Because I was figuring I was going to be able to throw some of this stuff together. But of course, because, yeah. Okay, so then we click on that. Then click here. We are going to then, I click that. We just need the 1 fire brick. So if we click here, click on this. We need the fire clay brick, which we need the fire clay dust, which we can do that with brick dust. So we need to make some brick dust so that we could then make the fire clay stuff. So let's go ahead, grab some brick. It looked like it said I could make it on this. So if I go like this, boom. That is just tiny brick dust, which we need 9, so we're going to need more. That's annoying. Just go like that, I guess. Grab a bunch more of those. Click here. I don't know why it can't just like skip that step of it, and just, say, hey, whatever. Let's grab that. Then we come up here, grab this, press U on that to get fire clay. It's going to give us 3 of that. I don't know more than that. Okay, and then if we press U on that, we then turn that into the fire bricks, which we go like this. There we go. And then I'm assuming it was just 4 of those. Get that. Perfect. So we now have almost steam. No, we don't. So now we can click here. We click on that. We can click on this to get this. We could then upgrade it in there. Use gunpowder to 2 times this machine speed. Whatever. Okay. But with a steel compressor, now we could take this over to a place that has power. I believe I should be able to just bring it over here and put it right there. And apparently, no, it needs steam. It needs steam, doesn't it? Powered one. Ooh, that's gonna be. I mean, we have steam, right? We do have steam. I'm gonna have to try something here then. So let's go ahead and go get a. I don't know if that's gonna be anywhere close to enough steam for what I want to do, but let's grab a fluid pipe, because steam, technically a gas, also a fluid. Okay, so if I put this here and then I put this right here and then go like that, it'll fill this up with steam. I could then take this and throw it in here to get those aluminum plates. Yes, perfect. And we needed a few of those, right? Because in order to make this, or in order to make, I don't remember what it was we were trying to make with these now. Is it these? No. Oh, it's this here, the vacuum freezer. We need 2, so we're going to need at least 4 for each. So we're going to need at least 8 of these things. So we'll probably just make the 8 and then stop it there for now. I'm pretty sure I need a lot more. So actually, yeah, I already know we're going to need a lot more because the vacuum freezer is a multi-block. So we're going to need a lot more to be able to build it, right? But if we come up here, we can come over to this now. We can click on here. We can press U on this. Click on that. And then just go like that to get 2 of those to do that. So now we just need to make these, which to make those, we just need some ultimate circuits, which the ultimate ones are going to that, which means ultimate alloy. And some elite circuits. The elite circuits means these, so let's make a couple of these because we can make those. We can't make a lot of them. Okay, well, if that is the case, we are going to need to make speed upgrade stuff like that. Okay, so we go in here and type in upgrade. Actually, no. In order to even make those upgrades, we need. Anyways, okay, so let's go ahead and grab a bunch of copper. We already had a bunch of copper on us, didn't we? Then fly all the way up here to this here, where we'll click like this, and we'll throw that in there. Then we are going to speed it up with our fancy bag of speeding up stuff. Yeah, there we go. And we are going to make a bunch of these real quick. Boom, there we go. Boom, there we go. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, this is loud as hell, right? I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it is very, very loud. I have no idea which one it is actually called in here. Not that one, not that one. Not that one. You would think that it would be one of the closest sounds that we're at, right? Steel compressor for modern industrialization. So that if we jump on top of it, maybe it'll show up there. Nope. Nope. Like these are all Minecraft sounds. Let's create Minecraft create. Nope. Nope. I have no idea what sound that is. So yeah, we might just have to do some other stuff then. I'm gonna go ahead and take these. I could throw these in here to make the diamond alloy stuff, which we do need to crush some more diamond to put in there as well. But I think we're gonna come over here real quick and make another muffle block real quick. Just to go here and type in muffler block. There we go. We need a note block to do that. We could easily get one of those because we just took the one that we took down before. Put it right there. So you can just grab it. Come over here. Click on that. Click on this. Go like that. And boom. Sound muffler. And we'll bring it up here. I mean, it's not going to stay here, but if I go like that, that'll muffle that sound there. Okay, perfect. I didn't grab the diamonds. Did not grab the diamond. So let's come over here and grab. You know what? I'm going to grab a block. I don't know if we could grind down the blocks into. No, we can't. Okay, didn't think so, but I was like, maybe. Never know. We could do this, though, where we can go put a bunch of that up there. Like so, to then put into here. Like so. And then we were going to need a couple other things to make sure we keep that filled. So let's go grab a couple of pipes. Probably going to do this with two things just to make it so it's easier to do it for the other ones later. You know what? We'll go ahead and actually do it with all three real quick. So we'll grab 3 pipes and we will grab redstone. Yes, there we go. Okay. Bring that up here where we will go like this. And of course, I could do this with. I'm looking at the top of this thing, game. Why are you trying to say I'm looking at the front? Okay, but either way, we go like that, fill that in like so, and then we can just break this apart, break that apart. I am going to hit H again just so I could hover high enough up to do that. Okay. Then we could do that, that, and that. And we could just tell it, take out from here, take out from here. Put a lock on all of them. So lock, lock, lock. Then put all that in there. And if as soon as there's space in here, it should allow it to do it. If we go in here and change that to extra. And then if we click on this, change that to extra, I should be take the diamond dust, throw it there, go like that, click here, take that out, throw it there, be good. Come over here real quick. We're going to open up this boundary where we take out that, this, and that, and let it keep making some more. And yeah, but there we go. So that's now doing that. So we can go like this. speed that up as well so that it can keep doing that. And there we go. Now we got a bunch of this. Perfect. Okay, good. We can put both of these in our system and be good with that, right? Then we could turn off the hover. Actually, don't know if we have these. Okay, we do have that in the system. Okay, so we can go like that. Go ahead, take these aluminum large plates and put them in the system as well, because we're going to need them later. The aluminum again. Let's go ahead actually up here. I didn't think about doing this while I was up here. Take this out of there and throw that into there. And then we can just press U on this. Go like that. Hit shift click on it. So, yep, there we go. That'll let us make all 14 of those. Okay, so we got a bunch of those in there. We're working right now towards getting that, which means we need some obsidian. Real quick, so I need to come over here and go 1, 2, 3, 5. We need to crush some obsidian. So we're gonna go like this, and got just how much that actually does make. And we'll speed that process there up again. Apparently, all I could do is go up to 32. There we go. Get those. So, yeah, that does mean we are almost out of time on that. So let's see, how much did we need to add a lot of time to this? If we go in here and click on this, 2 hours is 1 and 1. So we go here and go 3, 1, 2, 3, and actually 4. So we'll do 4. So I can now click here, submit, submit, and do this 4 times just to get a bunch of time added to our thing. There we go. So now if I look at it, we should have 10 hours. Perfect. Okay. Then I can go like that. Feed that all the way up to there. And you can see it went super, super quick. We do that. And sadly, I mean, it is going to... this here is not going to go as fast. So we could just... yeah, there we go. Boom. And we could do one more like that for now, and that should actually be good. Then, yeah, just throw all this into there, like so. And then what we could do is go grab some copper, and of course, yeah, I didn't think about how much this makes of this. I forgot that it was 4 per each one, but that is fine. We now have a bunch of that we can use it later if we end up needing it for something, right? So yeah, we could do that. I have no idea how we can't even put all of it in. It could, but yeah. Okay, so we just need to then find where obsidian dust is, which I honestly have no idea where I put it before. It looks like it might be right there. Okay, perfect. So put that there. Come back up here and go like that. Have all of it put in there. Yeah, okay. We will need to go grab the sand back out because, yeah. So anyways, we have that. Let's go ahead, take this and this. And we'll put that right there and that right there. These fire bricks, you know what? Let's put them right there. And then do what I was going to do. We need a stack of copper. That we could bring it up here to turn it into a stack of whatever it was called, the infused alloy. Right? And then once we turn this stack of infused alloy into whatever again, reinforced alloy, which hopefully we will have enough diamond dust. Gonna be close. Ooh, just enough. Perfect. Okay. And then we click here and throw this in there. But we do also need to click on this and double click on or double right click on that so that it will put stuff in the top there. And yeah. I do want to come over here though. I'm going to just go to this one again and we are going to click on this. 1, 2, 3. Press it again. That and make 3 of those because we don't need to be moving like massive amounts into them. But I definitely want it to be able to move more than like 4 at a time. If I do that, that should keep it filled. Or we're good. Okay, now let's get over here. Grab some more diamonds to crush some more diamonds to put on that one. There we go. Got 5 stacks of diamonds. Okay, then we click here and go 1, 2, 3, 5. Get all of that and then throw it in there. Yes, and then what we could do as well, we could just link, make sure we add. Yeah, there we go. Now we have that. I go here as well. Shift click that to there and turn all of this into atomic alloy. And then now that we have a bunch of atomic alloy, we should be able to run over here and make everything we need as far as those 1 parts go. I don't know if we actually have atomic alloy. We do not have atomic alloy in the system yet, so let's go ahead, run down here and add it in right here. And while we're at it, we actually probably want to come over here real quick. Grab a stack of sand. Let's go see how this is. Oh, it's only gotten 50. Oh, wow. That's so horribly slow. Wow. That I did not think I was going to be that slow. I mean, I knew it was going slow. I just didn't realize how slow that actually was. Anyways, if I go like this and we press R on this, we can now click on this and make a bunch of these that we could then press U on that. And apparently I don't have those in the system either. So let's go ahead and take these down. I literally, that was some weird movement there. Don't know why I keep forgetting about being able to go like this and just do that. But we could do that. Then we could press, go like this. Make a couple of these. And again, I think these were the ones we could turn into, yes, we could turn those into the analog ones, but we don't need those just yet. So go here, we press U on that, we click on that, and make, I was going to say 6 of these, but we do actually want to go ahead, go put the, oh, actually, wait. There we go. Put them in the system as well. Perfect. That way there, we could then press R on this again. We here and make a couple of those. Then come here, click this, that, and make 6 of these. Power of silicone. Yeah, we like skip massive steps to get there. Okay, so we have 6 of those now. That'll let us make the vacuum freezer part. We need a advanced machine hall, which means we need a thing here, which means we need some more regular aluminum plates. We're also going to need a basic machine hall, which is going to require some batteries, which require some battery alloy. Oh my goodness. I literally forgot how annoying modern industrialization was. Oh my goodness, because we need battery alloy plates. So battery alloy plates, we get battery alloy. In order to get battery alloy, we need to make battery alloy blend, which we get from putting lead and antimony together in a mixer. Wow, that's yep. Lots of stuff here. I thought this was gonna be quick. Anyway, steel mixer. Uh actually, let's go in here and type in mixer real quick and see electric mixer. So what do we need for electric mixer? We're gonna need 10 rotors, small brown fluid, a basic machine hull. So we will need to make some of the battery alloy anyway before we could even do that. So to make the battery alloy again, we click on there. So we're gonna need to make. We already have the compressor, right? So we need the plates. Yeah, we need this. Get from that, which we get from this. Of course, we got an alloy smelter from Modern Industrialization. We could straight up make them into it. Furnace, unpacker, packer. Looks like, yeah, the only way, unless we made an alloy smelter, which, I mean, we could do, possibly. I mean, what do we need for that? We just need some Invar plates and a bronze rotor. Bronze rotor, we just need that. So if we come here, we just need a bronze rod. So, yes, let's go ahead and make ourselves a bronze rod then. To bronze. Grab a couple of them just in case we need to make some other stuff. We will click here. We will go like that. We'll make a bronze rod. Come up here and click on this. You on this. Click on that. There we go. We can you on that. This. There we go. We then press U on that, and we needed to make this. Make this now. We just need the in-bar plates. In-bar plates, we could just crush down the in-bar. Okay. So if we come down here and find our invar, which I believe is this. Nope, that's 10. Invar was... Oh, it? Yes. So if we make 4 invar plates, come over here, throw that in there, click that, 4 invar plates. Perfect. We can then come up here, click on this steel thing, click on that, make ourselves a steel alloy smelter, which we could then bring over here and put on top of here, which will fill it with steam. Perfect. Okay, then we can put the antimony and the whatever the other thing was in there, lead. We should have both of all of those because I think this is antimony, right? Yeah, that's antimony. And lead we have down here. Okay, perfect. Now if I bring this up here and we click on here and we go lead, antimony, we'll do that. And we could go like that and speed that process up a bit to get the battery alloy. Yeah, perfect. Okay, there we go. So we grab just a bunch of that. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so now we just need to make some things to make the batteries. So if I click on here and we throw this in here, ooh, we can't do anything. Oh yeah, it's got to go through the other thing first. This thing here, right? So we throw it in here, do that, and there we go. We get a bunch of it. And then, of course, if we press U on that, we need to put it in the bending machine. That. And then we can craft it with some plates. We will still need some plates, so we don't want to bend all of them. Okay, so we'll do like half of them. Like that. There we go. Perfect. Okay, and actually, you know what? Let's just do a third of them. So we go like that. And actually, no, never mind. That's going to take too long because the power ran out. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so there we go. I don't know if we're going to be able to make these with the tin wires, though. So if we press U on here, actually, um, we were going to try to make electric mixer thing, right? So, or no, the machine halls means we need the redstone batteries. So if we click on that, cover over this. Apparently, we have tin cable. I didn't know that, but I need two of these. So we go like that. There we go. There's two of those. And then if we click on basic machine hall, we need one of these. So we need one of these. So go ahead and make a couple of those. And then just convert them into that. Then we click here. We just need another one of these, which means we just steel gear. Means run out here. Open this up and take the steel gear out and make another one. There we go. So then we come in here, press U on that to make this. To click on here to make ourselves a basic machine hall. Right? Yes, there we go. Okay, perfect. Now, the only thing we're missing for that is going to be a motor, which to make a motor, we need some steel rods, copper wire, which we make in a stone cutter with copper plates. So let's get some copper plates and some copper wire. Go here, we throw this in that. Grab a bunch of copper plates, click on there, throw that in there, make yourself copper wire again. That apparently probably the first time we actually did that. Okay, but that's the copper wire. Okay, then the steel the steel rods I'm hoping I could just make in here, right? Hopefully we can. So let's go like this and just make a whole bunch of steel rods really loudly. Like so. Then we'll come back up here. Click on this. Click on that. Hover over this. Oh, wrong thing. Click on this motor and go, okay, now we just need a magnetic steel rod, which we get like so. Perfect. So let us click on the mixer, which will let us click motor and make a. So now we just need whatever fluid pipe is. So we need to click on the fluid pipe. And I'm assuming any fluid. So let's see. So if we go in here and type in fluid pipe, PIPE, find the one that's just basically a fluid pipe like so. Okay, so that one is going to need, we have basically everything we need except for two copper rotors, which copper there, which means those. So we need to take two or some more copper plates and make some more copper plates real quick. Come over here, click on this, throw that in there. And actually, I think we just need this so we can say sure, make a bunch of those. Why not? Okay, and then we can put these down there. Put aluminum plates down there. We can put that down there. And you know what? Some of this other stuff's just going to stay on us right now. I'm going to come up here and do that and see. Okay. That and that can go into a thing. down here and go boom, boom. Let's see. That can go in, that can go in. So put that in there, that in there, that in there. We could probably go ahead and throw the machine hall and the motor in there as well and not have to worry about them for a little while. Okay, then we come up here. Let's make ourselves have everything we need. And my XER for basically everything we need because we just need the fluid pipe, which I didn't really make. Okay, so we go like this. Click on that. There we go. We can make 2 of these. If I put you on that, go like this. Put these right here. You make 2 of those, and then if I press U on this, first option is just going to be the fluid pipe. We go like that. That in the system because we have it. So I click here. And according to this, now we just need the tin rotors to make that, which means we need all of the tin stuff. Okay, so I'm assuming the tin stuff I can make on the thing. Okay, good. I should be able to. Tin's a soft material, so it should be doable on the thing. So let's go ahead and actually just grab a couple stacks of it and make a bunch of everything. So if we go in here and we do this, you know what? We'll make a half stack of tin plates, a half stack of curved things, full stack of that, some of those, some tin rods, and you know what? We'll just make some more tin plates. We'll then bring all of it down here and add it into the computer system as well. And you can see why modern industrialization kind of sucks. It would use up so many different things. Like if you're using applied energistics for your storage system, you would need so many disks because yeah, it's gonna take up a massive amount. Yeah, let's go ahead then. We should be able to click on this now, click on this. We'll click here and go like this and make 2 sets of that. Click here and this, and if I shift click that, okay, I thought if I shift clicked it, but no. There we go. 2 of those, and now I should be able to go electric mixer, and boom, there we go. We now have an electric mixer, which means we should be able to just use power now instead of having to make steam for it. So if I bring that over and put that right there, that gets that. So if I click on this, we can now make the battery via that, or we can make bronze dust via that, or electrum dust via silver and gold, and so forth and so on. We click on the electric mixer thing. There's a couple other things we can make. If we had some helium, we can make the monzonite thing. We could feed this stuff here and to get that. Crude oil and crystallized beans to get crystallized oil there. Get the empowered oil. We get the diesel from those. And that, and then of course with 1 bucket of lava and a stone, after a minute and a lot of power, we would get really, so we would take, well, I'm assuming, okay, so that's not consumed, so we would take 1 stone and turn it into 50. That doesn't seem like it makes sense, but whatever. Oh, and then of course the gold and the netherite, we could do those, and then of course the steel stuff you could do in the steel mixer, sulfur and synthetic to make synthetic rubber. But I don't remember why we needed this exactly right now. So if I click on here, because we were trying to make ourselves a vacuum freezer, which means we needed an advanced machine hall, which means we need silicone batteries, which means we need silicone dust, which we get from small silicone dust or some of this other stuff. Small silicone dust we get in an unpacker. Oh, so it looks like we need a mansonator where we put silicone plates in it. Or we put that in it. Because we could also, I mean, we could do it in this stuff here as well, but electrolyzer would also give it to us. This crusher here would also give. Okay, so if we made a crusher from actually additions, we could do it. We just need to get silicone ingots, which we get from silicone dust, which we get from small silicone. Yeah, so that's not gonna. I think the only way we're gonna get it is because again we get that from there, from there. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out. So look, are we only able to do this through the like massive thing? It uses massive amounts of power. Because like it looks like all we can get this from is silicone dust and so on and so forth. Oh my goodness. This is so much more work than I was thinking it was gonna be. Well, the large pumps we can make. If we make those, we can make that. Make the large motor, aluminum rods. This is going to be a much larger. This we're definitely going to have to go all the way through. We're not going to be able to skip around. Not going to be able to use some of these methods of skipping stuff. It looks like we are definitely going to have to do modern industrialization in full almost. I mean, we could probably skip some by making it by going electric on a, doing what we just did and going to the electric route. So I am going to quickly look up and see what I need to do to get a bunch of that stuff going that way and see what we have to do. And I'll come back once I figure out a better plan there because I did not quite realize that it was quite that much. I will be back momentarily. Okay, so I was right. There is no real easy way to do this. We are going to have to go through the whole stage of making all of this stuff here. So I went ahead and moved a bunch of stuff, right? So that we could just get it moved. There we go. We go like that. We're going to take all of these like this. Do that. Okay. You're also going to need to make a wire mill like the thing said we were going to need to make. So let's go ahead. We're probably going to need another steel gear then. Because I'm pretty sure none of this stuff in modern industrialization has matter values. Kind of sucks. It'd be nice if it did, because then it would actually help speed up this whole process. So we are going to need to make a couple of things. So we go in here and we say at modern. At that for right now, we are going to need to make some of these, which means we need some copper nickel, which we need to make some copper nickel wire. Make copper nickel wire. We are going to need a wire mill. Let's see what we need to make an electric wire mill. To make that, we are going to need more of these, which these. So let's go ahead and make some of these. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so we click on that. We can click on here. We click on this. I don't have those in our system, so let's go ahead and get the magnetic steel rods put in our system. There we go. So I don't have to do some other stuff to do this. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Okay, perfect. Okay. We also need some of these, which means let's make 2 more of these and go 1, 2. Click on that. We can get 2 more of those for that. We then need some tin cable, which kind of sucks now because we don't have any more. That's the only way to get it, right? Gameplay quest. Yeah, I think that's how we got it before, or we got it possibly from the Bastion chest. Who knows? Anyways, to get tin wire, we are going to need to do that to that. So let's go ahead and get some tin wire. So we'll come down here, grab some tin. This is something I think we're going to need a lot of. So we're going to do two stacks of it for right now. There we go. Boom. And boom. But we are also going to need to get that rubber, which, yeah, that looked like that might be a whole lot of steps to get to that. You know what? We're going to go ahead and take the copper nickel. Let's just go ahead and put it in there too. Yeah, there. Just leave it like that for right now. Let's go ahead up here, and if we click on this, and then we click on the tin cable to make that again, we need rubber sheet. We could make if we had rubber essence, or we do it in the mixer with synthetic oil or synthetic rubber paper, which wouldn't be too hard to make synthetic rubber, right? Synthetic rubber is just going to be synthetic oil with sulfur dust. I don't think we have sulfur dust though. So actually let's go ahead and click on this, click on this. So here we might have to just do it this way again. So synthetic oil though is that really the only way to do it is to that dude was loud. Um Crude oil in a steam blast furnace or an electric blast. Can we make an electric blast furnace? Is a big question. That is going to require magnetic copper nickel machine. That. And if I hold G on this, is that a multi-block? It is a multi-block. It requires copper nickel wire. The copper nickel wire or cable, I think also requires us to make yeah, so it also requires us to get rubber sheets, so we can't do that yet. So we are going to have to do the steam. We can't do the vacuum freezer. We are going to have to do this in a steam blast furnace. So if I press A on that, then we click on that, we are going to need fire clay bricks. Means we need to make more fire clay, which means we need to make more brick dust. Oh my goodness. Actually, wait. If we click on this, we click on this, that here, we can make that in a mixer the same way. Why would we spend time in the mixer making? So, okay. Well, you know what that means, though. It means we need to come down here, grab a lot of bricks. I'd probably just do 2 full stacks this time. Throw it in here. Click that. Click that. Boom, there we go. We will then click here where I'll press U, shift click on it to make D2. And then I was about to throw it in there, but no, we want to combine it with clay first. So we'll come up here, we'll press this, press U, because like if I threw it in there, it would just make bricks. Click on here. Of course, I don't have brick dust in the system either because I didn't think I was going to need that much of it. So let's go ahead and get it put in the system as well. Like so, and like so. We'll put the tiny ones in there as well, just because. There we go. Okay, and then we'll click this to make 63 fire brick dust. Apparently, that's all we made. click here, do that. Okay, so now if I click on this, I'm going to need 8 of those. So if I press U on this, click on this, go like this, and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, it's 9 because I clicked too far. It's fine. We can just then click here, click this. You know what? I'm going to make 2 blast furnaces just because, even though actually I'm pretty sure I have some extra ones. But then we click on this and make this. Now, if I press G on this, we could see in order to make this is a thing. So 29 fire bricks and the same 3 hatches as the coke oven. So basically we need some item input hatches, some fluid input hatches, and so on and so. Yes. So this the modern industrialization is basically great tech in a way, right? In a way. So I don't think we're gonna be able to use the advanced one. Might have to go with the bronze ones. Which is a bronze 2. This is annoying. Okay, so we're gonna need at least a steam input hatch. We're probably gonna need a fluid input hatch for sure. Right? I don't think we would use these other fancy things, right? So we are going to need a fluid input hatch, which means we are going to need a bronze tank, which means we're going to need even more bronze plates, which means we're going to need even more bronze. First, I do think I can make bronze now a little bit easier by going like this and this and bringing it all the way over here. Of course, we didn't put any torches or anything down, but I think in this alloy smelter, if I go like this and like this, that'll make bronze, and then I can just speed it up like that. And then we can just go like that. And of course, it would be better if I did grab even more copper. Because now we're just kind of wasting time on our thing because, yeah. But there we go. Because we can throw that in there. That out of there. Throw that in there. Throw that in there. Throw that in there. And there we go. And then we can just let the rest of that make its stuff. Okay, but that gave us a lot of bronze so that we could make some bronze stuff. Okay, so if we go in here, I'm going to go ahead and go like this, and we are just going to make a bunch of bronze plates to start. Okay, so then we come up here, we could throw the bronze plates in there. We can also throw some of this other stuff in here. Then we could come over here and we click on this, or we click on that, go like this, make a bronze tank. So we have a way to put steam into the machine, correct? And we need an item input. Means we are going to probably need 2 hoppers for item input and item output. Assuming. Yep. And then we need 3 of these bronze things here. So we're going to need some more bronze bolts. Get some more bronze bolts. Come down here. Go like that. Go bronze bolts. Boom. You know what? We'll go ahead, go like this. Make some more of those. And just make some more of those too. I don't know how many of those we have and everything. So we'll just make a bunch more of them. We could, okay, sure. Then we click on bronze machine casing. We click on bronze gear. We click on that. Throw that in the system. So we can get those going 2, 3. Then we can click here and make 3 of these. Like so. And then we can press U on that to make this. Press U on that to make this. And press U on that to make the bronze fluid hatch. There we go. So that we have all 3 of those. Then if we hold G on this, we're going to need, again, a full bottom or 29 fire clay bricks. So we're going to need 29 of them. We currently have 1. So if I press on this, and we press R on this, click on this, I shift click on there, we had enough to make 8. So we're nowhere close to what we need to make for that. But let's get over here and at least put some stuff down. So bronze fluid hatch, go right there. That'll let the fluid flow into it. You can then put the item hatch, or the item input hatch. We'll put the item input hatch back here and the item output hatch right here. You could then grab the fire clay bricks and put them down like so, and then one there, and then our blast thing goes right there. Then of course we just need to make a bunch more fire clay bricks, which means we need to make a bunch more brick. And we're just gonna double check on this. So if we go up here and we click on this, we click on this. The only way to make that is going to be in here. Oh, of course, if we have fire brick or black fire bricks, we can change those. I believe we have a bunch of those still. We have 43 of them. Perfect. Nice. That's going to make this much, much quicker. So bring those over here and just take 22 of them and change them into that. That will suffice, I believe. Then bring them over here and place them down like so. And then 1, 2, so it's 2 in between, and then 1 on the top. And that should, yeah, as you can see, these covered up with the fire brick color. So that is good. It just now needs steam put in it. So if we go like this, that should put steam in it. And as you can see, we have steam in there. If we can now put the next thing inside of here, and it'll come out here. So the thing we were making, or that we needed to make in here, if we go here, we press U on this again, and we click on this, was the synthetic oil, right? Which means we need to put crude oil in there. Of course, the thing that sucks about that is a fluid and not an item. So we need to make some more fluid hatches instead. Up here, we will click on this here and go like this and go 1, 2. Make 2 more of these. Right? So we'll go like that. Put that there. Go 1, 2. And we needed 2 of these, so we're going to need even more bronze plates, apparently. Come over here. Put that there. Click there. Come back up here. Click on this. Go like that. And do this to make 1, 2, where we can then make another fluid input and a fluid output. Yes, there we go. Okay. And then I am going to do some slight redesigning here. This I'm going to break that one, that one, that one, and that one. We will put a bronze. Why are the item ones there instead of whatever? We will put the fluid input hatch here, the fluid output hatch here. We will also go ahead and go like this, where we put item input here and the item output there. And we now have that so we can get our fluid output here. We could then come up here where we go 180 some buckets of this. We could break that and bring it down here, put it right here, put that right there, click that. And this should now be making synthetic oil. Of course, it'll make up to 4 buckets worth before it runs out. So we need to come over here, click on here, go like this, so we can get another fluid drawer. We have the stuff we need to lock it and everything like so. So now we could bring the synthetic oil, or this over here for synthetic oil. We could put this right here, that right there, go like this. It'll start putting the synthetic oil in it. We could then configure it, go like that, and we can link both of these so that way there any crude oil keeps getting added into that. Any synthetic oil gets put into here. Of course, now that we have synthetic oil, we can make our thing, because we need to make it in the mixer, right? So we need to get some synthetic oil from here over to here. So the easiest way to do that right now, I think, is going to be to come over to here, right to our system here, where I click on here. We go up to the top and type in oil, and we're getting synthetic oil. I can grab some buckets of that, and then we can go grab some paper, like so, right? There we go. We grab paper, bring it all the way over to here. Click on this, throw paper in, and then synthetic oil like so. Getting our rubber. And of course, there is some other things here we could worry about later if we wanted to, but we're not too about it right now. Because, yeah. Anyways, there we go. We now have 40 rubber sheets. We can start making some stuff that we needed to make. Okay, so if we click on here, we needed to make some more tin wire, tin cable, right? So if I press U on this right now, we can see that. I click here. We do want to put this in the system. So we'll go ahead and put this in the system so we don't have to worry about it not being in there. With that being the case, let's go ahead and take the antimony. Bronze we should have in the system. The battery alloy we don't. Lead we do. And yeah, everything else we should have in our system. Maybe we'll come up here and go like that. And say go good enough for now. Okay. We then come up here, we click on this, and we make some tin cables. We then press U on and see. I think part of it was we needed to make those because we wanted to make this electric wire mill, right? So if we click hover over that, yeah. And we click on this, we could hover over this. We here where we need to make another steel gear. So we'll come over here, make another steel gear, and take the 2 in there we have out. Come over here, go like so, and then we can click on this, on that, click on this, to click on this to get that. And there we go for that. I think we then need 2 more of these. So we go like this and go 1. And then 2 after we put that wire in there, which will then let us click on this. And again, all we need is the basic thing here, which we click on that. We got that. So then we can click on the electric wire mill. Now we just need another one of these. So make a couple of these real quick. Throw that in there and then them. Then we click here, and now we have ourselves an electric wire mill, and we're skipping like massive amounts of steam stuff, but that's fine. I put my wire away, so for now I'm just going to put that right there. We have that. We could then put the copper nickel in there, because I don't think we were able to make it any other way, right? If I go like this, right, we press U on there, wire mill to get that. Yeah, okay. So we go like that. Let's go one in there. Take the stack out and get that started going. Yeah, okay. So then we can throw this into here, and that'll start that. We could speed it up a bit. There we go. Perfect. And with that, we could press U on that. We could get the copper nickel. That, but we are going to need more more paper rubber sheets. So we go here, we could throw that in there. We could go here and type in oil. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go down here. And we're going to do this to somewhat, down here. We're going to do this a somewhat more annoying, but also less annoying way real quick by going like that. Grab one of those. That way there I don't have to make it in the other thing. So you can't actually pull out of these drawers either. I could just go like this here right now. We could put this right here, and then we can go like this to fill that up like that real quick. And then we could break that. Bring it over here and place it down right here. And grab the pipe. Put it right here. And say to take all that over here and put it here so we could start getting more rubber, and that could hold 16 buckets worth. And so we go like this and take out all of that. And there we go. And we just need to get more paper put in there. I don't know how we're looking as far as paper goes down here. I mean, we got 16,000, right? We grab 4 things of paper, or 3. I don't know how many times I clicked. Either way, bring it over here, click on there, and throw 4 things of paper into here to get a bunch of stuff out. And we still have plenty stuff there. There we go. But that works out nice. So now we have a bunch of rubber sheets. Put them in this system. We can put this copper nickel wire in the system. Boom. We could put that steel gear in the system. We could put those in the system and that in the system. So the furnace can go here. These can go right there. And come up here and go like that. Let's go check on that aluminum. Boom, it is done. Perfect. Okay. I'm gonna keep it. Actually, no, we're gonna need to, because again, for this it's a cryo freeze, right? For the vacuum freezer. Wait, the vacuum free does a vacuum freezer makes the cryo fluid, right? Right. So if we clicked on that and we clicked on here, yeah. So it was with the helium or the argon and the helium to make the cryo fluid. So if we hold D over top of this, you can see we are going to need at least 2 fluid input hatches. We're going to need an energy input hatch, the energy, and we're going to need an output hatch for the fluid. So okay, so that's what we're going to need, but we are going, so other than that, it is also closed on top and bottom. So we're going to need 29, right? Or well, actually, let's see. 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 15 plus 18 minus 5, so 10 plus 8. So we're going to need 28 of those. I think it's probably going to be the frost casing. Going to be aluminum gears and aluminum plates. I hope it's, I mean, if it's that, it'll be that, but I have a feeling it's going to be this. If we hold G on this, does it say, let's see, stainless steel is the next material, quantity, stuff, regular vacuum freezer. But I don't see it saying, so, oh yeah, never mind, frost-proof machine casings. Okay, yeah, so we need the frost-proof machine. Definitely going to need these to be plates. We could just put that in there and let that be plates. And yeah. Okay. So with that, we should now be able to at least do the next part we need to make for thing. I need a bunch of these. So in order to, so I need 8 of these for one of these, and I need 8 times 2, so I need 16. So I need 16 times 8, right? Which is going to be a number. Went like this and said 16 times 8 is 128 of. So if I click on this and we click on this and I go like that, that's 64. That's 100 and whatever, and we are out of stuff. But if I then press, if I just go like this and we click on this, I am going to actually go like this and put all those in there first so that we don't have to worry about it. And then we click here. If I do that, I go like that. Yeah, so we are just a little bit short there. So we're going to just need a little bit more of the copper nickel. So we would make that with copper and nickel. Bring it all the way over here, where I will throw it in here. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit right now. Get that. You're then going to take that out of there, put that in there, put that in there. Speed that up like so. Then we can put that back in there, put that back in there. We then need the wire mill where we throw this in here. Speed it up like so. There we go. That should be more than enough to make this part here. Then if I go like that, throw or press R on this, click on that, throw that in there. Need that much more. We can press R on it to make that, and then that can go in there as well. Now, if I hold G on this, as you can see for this, we are going to need heat-proof machine casings, which is going to be another thing. These ones, which is going to be Invar. Make a bunch of Invar. An invar is going to be iron and because we could do this. We do this in a. It doesn't look like we can do this in the. We'd have to do it in here, which is going to require dust, which require mixers. We smash a bunch of iron and nickel. We could just throw it in that mixer. Come over here and go iron, nickel. I'm actually going to want twice the amount of iron, right? Go like that. Let's go up here and crush it all. Boom. Throw nickel in there. Throw iron in there. There we go. And then we can bring this over to our mixer that we made right here and go boom and boom. That'll make a bunch of invar dust that we can then speed up with this thing. So I forgot to put the rest of the stuff in there. There we go. Then we could bring this over here, click on this, say, ooh, why is that full? What's full in here? Oh, the iridium is apparently full. The nether stars aren't full of that. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on this quickly. Click on here. We will make a single one more of these. Then we will click on, if we click on the right one, we'll click on this one. Make one of these. I completely forgot about that being a thing and this only being able to hold like 500. So if we do that, that now holds a lot more and we can void everything else afterwards. There we go. Now that it's doing that, we can now go ahead, throw our invar dust in here. We get our invar from that. And again, if I press U on this and we smelt it, it's just going to make the silent gear. Not gonna do that. But anyways, we got our invar. We need invar plates for this, right? Yeah, so we're going to need to turn all that invar into plates, into gears. And it looks like if we had an assembler, we could just make a plate and a ring. Or it looks like we are going to have to use a press or the mold for this. Kind of sucks. But it's fine. We could still go ahead, come over here, grab the invar. We bring some of it over here where I will go like this and we will just throw a bunch of it into there. Do that right. We can then come over here to this, probably click on here to make our invar plates. Like so, there we go. Then once this invar is melted, we could find the invar in here where it says we have 3 blocks of invar. Click on that to put it on the bottom. And start making some invar gears. So if we click on this though, right? Heat-proof casing, we make 1 per. And we're going to need at least, again, probably like 28, 29 of them. So, yeah. This is going to take a while to get all of this stuff set up. No, wait, we don't need 28. We need... Again, this is going to... As we go like this and say G on this. For the electric blast furnace, we just need the bottom ones, right? So we're going to need 918-ish total. But that's still going to take a little while to get 18 of these done. And we might end up needing just a bit more than that. I'm not sure what because I'm assuming for these, don't know if the bronze, well, the bronze, yeah, the bronze hatches should work. Right? The bronze hatch should work for the copper nickel one, or the copper nickel one, whichever, copper nickel, whatever it is. I'm going to assume so. So we're going to need couple of hatches for that because I don't even remember what we're trying to make with. If I press G, not G on that, U on this, right? And we click on this here. It's going to be the electric blast furnace. And of course, that's how we're going to turn, that's how we would, also one way to turn aluminum dust into aluminum ingots without having to combine it with sand. And then the silicone and coal coke dust get the silicone. Okay, so that was the main thing we need for that is this. But if it's just this, it shouldn't need anything fancy, right? Right? Maybe not. But yeah, so we need 17 of these minus whatever. So we would need at least 2 items ins and 1 item out. So that's going to be, or plus a power in, right? So we're going to need 3, no, 4. Again, power in, 2 items in, and a item out. That's 4. So that's going to mean we're going to need 13 of those, and we currently have enough to do 8. So I will, yeah, I think we're just going to end up calling it here. We will get everything else built next time. This was a lot of prep work for all of this, but you know what? Thank you all for watching. Please enjoy your day, night, do whatever you're doing, wherever you are at. As always, force your friends to watch. We will come back next time where we actually do this. This took one heck of a lot more time than I thought it was going to take to do this. So that's a thing. But we get back up here real quick and get a screenshot because I keep forgetting those. And yes. But anyways, like I said, thank you all for watching. Enjoy your night, day stuff. I believe I said that part already. We'll come back next time where we actually start doing some more of that. We'll have our blast furnace and we'll start getting into that a bit more so that we can get to the point of making our cryo fluid so that we can make our thing. We still have a couple other things to make for this, including the quantum alloy and the quantum computer core. So, yeah, I'm hoping next time we will be able to get that piece done. Now that we see that we can skip some stuff, but we can't skip all of it. And yeah, but once we get the silicone we need to make the silicone batteries and everything, we should be able to make the rest of the stuff. I don't know for sure if we need to make the advanced hatches for the thing, but if we do, then we do. It's just going to be more silicone batteries and so on and so forth. We're going to need to make some electrum wire. And yeah. Anyways, until next time, thank you all. Peace out. See you later.